Hello there, and welcome back to Tatooine Tableflip. I'm Jimmy, and today I'm going to be unboxing this tiny little guy, Sword Art Online Sword of Fellows, and a special little surprise with the characters. Let's get this thing open and have a look. Okay, this is Sword Art Online, the board game Sword of Fellows. It's a dice game. Oh, and already I can feel the tiny little box. Look at this. It's just a tiny little thing. It's got the nice linen finish on the box. I like when game companies do that. We all know linen finish is one of my very favorite things. The manual sheet says the playtime is 30 minutes for 1 to 4 players. Soloable game. I like that a lot. That means I can get this to the table right away. And not a lot of, no pictures at all. A lot of text. That's all right. Okay. Bag of regular and specialty dice. That's all right. This looks like some kind of tiles. Give me a sec here, I'll see if I can't get them open. This makes for good TV here, right? Watching somebody try to open one of these packets with a knife. This shrink wrap is right up against the cards all the way around it. I don't want to harm the cards. There we go. There we are. Consumable healing crystal. Same thing. Ability potion. Holy soul returner crystal. Ring of agility equipment. Code of midnight. Dark repulsor. Support card. Yui. Wow, such a tiny box. There's quite a bit of stuff in here. Well, again, we're stuck with heat shrink. Something I wish some companies would do when they start doing this heat shrink is to add, the type of pull tab that goes around, and you tear the strip away and make it a lot easier to open these darn things. These are the very thin, typical, not even card style paper. It's very just the light card type. Very thin, and there's a boatload of them here. And these look like the characters. And I'm going to talk about something special in the characters in the moment that they sent along with this, but oh yeah, these are cool. It's like some little text and their abilities at the back. Lower section. I'm not familiar with the show. I mean, I know a little bit about it, so the lower section, middle section doesn't mean much to me now, but after seeing some of the artwork and perhaps after playing the game, I might have a go. Watch a few episodes. Wow, and these are upper section, final battle. I see it looks like go through top down through these as stages. A couple of cards of tokens. That's always good. Now here's the specialty thing I wanted to show you guys. They sent along with this. For this game, they made a bunch of these really slick acrylic standees to go along with each of the characters. Let's see if I can get a little better shot of that. It's still a little blurry. Sorry about that. I think that's about as good as we're going to get right here. But these are probably one of my favorite components that I've ever seen to a game. These nice little acrylic standees. They're really slick. Well, there you are, Sword Art Online. There is a lot of game in this tiny little box. I am shocked at not the amount of components, but the quality and the fact that at first blush it just looks like there's an immense amount of gameplay here. I'm really excited to play it. I've been waiting for this one for quite some time, ever since they did the Kickstarter. So I'm really excited to get this thing to the table, as I am usually with just about any game. At least I will try it once. This one I've been following closely, and I really am excited to, especially it's a dice game. I love dice games. Let's see, these little tokens they put in the game they're tiny. They didn't include a bag for them, so if you have little bags laying around, you're going to want to bag these things up. Otherwise, you run the risk of losing them. They're really small, but they're very high quality. They're very thick, very solid. They're going to see potentially a lot of handling and a lot of gameplay. They should hold up really well. The only thing I'm not too crazy about I wish the player cards, these are the roll cards, and what appears to be the lower section up through the the upper section, and then the final boss fight. These are all that very light card stock that I'm not real crazy about. I wish they would have been the same material as the tokens, the punch board type of material, just so they would hold up a little bit longer. However, they are tarot sized, which means that you can get tarot sized card sleeves and sleeve the darn things up, and they will last a long time. These are made of the same material. By the way, I have another game, it's a little dice game that uses cards this size, and there are sleeves made for cards this size. So you'll be able to sleeve pretty much everything in the game, and it'll last for a long, long time just fine. These, I should say, are one of the neatest things for any game I've ever seen. I've seen them for one other game that, from the time I was doing the unboxing and trade the camera up to over here so I could film this part, I remembered I saw them for another game. For the life of me, I can't remember what the game is. But these little acrylic standees that go along with each character, they're printed on one side, and they slot right into the bases. They're very solid, they're very nice, very clean. They slot into the bases really easily. These do not actually come in this box. You have to buy these separately, but they're available from Japanime Games as well, and worth it in my opinion. These things are fantastic. I kind of wish they were a little more generic, because then I could use them in other games as well. I really love this. I wish all games would. I mean, I love minis, but I like these a lot, especially since they very easily come off the base, and I had them apart earlier and I had them in the box, so once I had all the components back in the box, they fit right back in the box with the game. So I love the fact that you can just pull these things right off the base and they all lay flat, and they're very easy to store. However, I see that if you rattle this box around and they bang against each other, it might knock some of the artwork off. But really, I wouldn't worry about that unless you're throwing this box around or like carrying it in your backpack or something. Then you might think of wrapping them all in a bag, putting them in a bag flat and then just wrapping the bag, and that way they're not moving around a lot. This is one that I really, really cannot wait to get to the table. I'm excited to have it. I've been waiting for it for a long time, and it's soloable, so it's definitely getting played tonight. After I'm done doing this, I'm going to go sit down and just crack into it and get a few games going. I think that'll do it for this time, you guys. You can find me online at BoardGamerBlues.com, where we've got some written reviews up. You can find me on the socials. I am at BoardGamerBlues at Facebook and Twitter, or you can email me directly. It's JIMMIE at BoardGamerBlues.com. And hey, you guys, I've been loving all of the feedback, all of the messages, and everything else, and especially the well wishes. I had broken my foot in an accident here not too long ago. Thank you for that, by the way. And just tell me the show sucks. Even if I'll just like reading any messages that come in. I like interacting with all of you folks. Let's see what else. You can find me on Instagram. I have an Instagram now. I love seeing all of the pictures of your games and the games you're playing, and I hope that you're enjoying mine as well. If you follow me over there, I'll follow you back. We have a podcast. It's Tatooine Tableflip, the podcast, available at all of the podcatchers. And lastly, we have
a Patreon. And hey, if you guys like the show, you know, head on over to Patreon, have a look around, see if you like what we're about, and chuck a couple of bucks at us. It doesn't have to be very much, you know, but everything helps, goes right back into the show. It's going to help us keep producing the content that hopefully you're enjoying and have come to love. Feels weird saying that. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate you watching. That's going to do it for this time. I will see you next time on Tatooine Tableflip. Thanks a lot. Bye.